Okay, I want to know, are you working 50 or more hours a week? If so, be honest and drop 50 plus in the comments if that's you. And let me ask you this. What if I told you 10 to 20 of those hours are being completely wasted? Yeah, it's painful, right? Because this is what I see all the time with business owners. You're answering the emails, you're putting out the fires, you're doing work that someone else should be doing, and you're still behind. And meanwhile, you're missing out on time with your family. You're thinking about work at night, and your business depends on you, right? So let's talk about this and let's get real. What's one thing you're doing every day that you know you shouldn't be doing at this stage of business as the owner? Let's put that in the comments. I want you to see, like, you're not alone. Notice what others are commenting. And this is where $10,000 an hour activities come in. I was like you myself years ago, spinning my wheels, getting to the end of my day, feeling like I've worked so hard and I can't really point to anything that I did today in my business that moved the needle. And so I started becoming aware that I needed to focus on my highest value activities. And these are things that happen when we're working from our strengths and we're doing things that make everything else easier or unnecessary for ourselves or others. So $10,000 an hour activities drive profitable revenue. They strengthen key relationships. They grow your team. So in other words, these are things that are the only things you as the owner should be doing. Everything else should be delegated, dropped, or systematized. And most business owners think, I just need to work harder. No, you don't. You actually need to work less, and you need to work on the right things. And this is where you shift into the $10,000 an hour activities. Because when you make that shift, you actually work less and you make more, and the business starts running without you. If you'd love to get 10 hours of your week back every week, drop time in the comments. And the big question that I hear over and over is, how do I get my team doing higher value work? Because it's not just about you as the business owner, but what if everyone on the team is focused on doing $10,000 an hour activities, or at least moving from doing $10 an hour work to $100 to $1,000 an hour work, right? That's what we want happening on your team. And so you build leaders when you start utilizing the $10,000 an hour framework in your business with your A players, and you train them to think in this way. And suddenly you're no longer the bottleneck, right? So if you're still sitting there thinking, I know I'm wasting time and I know my team members are wasting time too, like, eek, that is money just running out the door of your business. So if you're ready to shift that for yourself and for your team, drop 10K in the comments and I'll send you my chart of $10,000 an hour activities plus the mini training for yourself, and you can share it with your team too. Or you could just go to tapthepotential.com/10K and you'll get the chart of $10,000 an hour activities plus the training. And the training walks you through how to identify your highest value work, how to shift your time immediately, and how to start building that lean, high-performing team of leaders who's thinking from the $10,000 an hour perspective, just like yourself. So before we go, I want you to think about, if I gave you 10 hours a week back this week, what would you do with it? Would you spend more time with your family? Would you rest? Would you work out? Would you create healthy meals at home? Would you be doing art? Would you be going fishing? Like, what would you be doing? Drop that in the comments. Bye for now.